Hey guys, so I was trying to think of ways that I could kind of hold up my own jewelry because my jewelry is just kind of thrown into this messy bin. So if you guys know from my previous video, which is me showing you something to do your own cream blush and lip gloss with this little baby jar, I'm going to show you another DIY, and this is how to hold some makeup brushes. Or if you don't really wear makeup, you think you're too young, whatever, or you just want to hold your paintbrushes with it, I'll show you how to do that too. So what you're going to need is a baby food jar, any type of jar really. I just like the size of the baby food jars because they hold about 5 to 7 brushes. You're going to need some Model Magic clay. That's optional. That's just what I'm using to decorate mine. You can use whatever you want to decorate yours. Some paintbrushes or makeup brushes for testing. And I used approximately 25 of these little beads. Now you can get these for a pack of like 200 from the dollar store, any color, any size. The ones that I already have from a centerpiece that was at my cousin's wedding that I took, I have these small circular ones, these star ones, which I think are pretty cool and unique, and then these pink tinted oval ones. You probably can't see the pink tint, but they are tinted like a little pink. So all you have to do is grab your little things and drop them into your glass container. So again, I used approximately 25. And I just keep them in this humongous, heavy as anything bin. So that's just what you're hearing at this moment. And I'm just going to add 4 or 5 more so that it reaches the very, very top. So you can see it's right at the top. It's a little bit overflowing. And I'm going to stick a couple paintbrushes in there for you guys. So I'm going to give you a quick example. I'm going to stick in some smaller paintbrushes just for an example for the smaller ones, and then I'll show you the larger ones in a second. So you can see this holds quite a lot of small paintbrushes. They're all just sitting in there, and this is only one of these pebbles fell out, and I can just stick it back at the top. Now take all your small ones out, and we're going to play with the big one. So pick up your jar, and you probably saw that a couple, 2 exactly, of my glass pebbles came out. That's just because the paintbrush is taking out the amount of volume that these can take up, because it's using this bottom part as a volume. So there you go, and it does stand up. It's just that a couple pebbles will have to come out. So that is your finished product, except if you want to do something with your Model Magic. Because I did take off the label, which is right here. Make sure you do take off the label. I did take off the label, but you can still see I have a sticky part right there. So to get rid of that, we're just going to kind of play with our clay a little bit. You can use polymer clay, which is baked clay, or you can use air dry clay. Now grab a small piece of your clay, even smaller than this, and roll it into a ball. Once you have that done, you're going to roll it out so it's a long line, and then, oopsies, and then just push it down so that it's flat, long, and thin. Okay, and once you have it like that, grab one end and roll it over tightly, and then roll over the rest. And now you have your rosebud. Now, I think I showed you this in one of my Mother's Day gift ideas. I made 3 of these flowers and stuck them on a bangle, and I gave that to my mom. So all you have to do to make the petals, grab a small piece of clay, roll it into a ball, put it on your hand, and press it down into an uneven oval. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to look like a flower petal. Make them a bunch of different sizes. I thought it would be cool to make maybe a rainbow one. I thought that would be really awesome. So go out and make a rainbow rose out of your clay. I like to do about 5 or 6 petals, depending on how much space I want to take up or what the area is that I want to cover. So I'm going to be doing 6 petals for this rose. That means I need one more. And stick that on. So there we go. Now pick up your bud, like so. Grab one of your smaller petals. And make sure that the top of the petal lines up almost exactly even with the top of the bud. Then gently press your petal around the bud until it forms to the bud. Then you're going to take your finger and just peel the petal back a bit. And then just keep doing that over and over until your entire bud is covered. What I like to do is just cover my bud first with the petals fairly quickly. It doesn't not have to be perfect or anything, because flowers are not perfect in real life. So don't try to make it like super perfect, because then it'll just look really fake and artificial. So you can see it's really uneven, but it's really nice. And now I'm just going to push everything together a bit. When you push it, don't push it together like that, but kind of push it up a bit like that, so that the bottom kind of flattens out. Then you're going to legitimately flatten out the bottom, and I'll show you why in a second. Once you flattened out the bottom, just start folding the what do you call them, petals out until you have a nice cute little rosy. So I'm going to pour out my gems for this part just because it's easier to work with. Now what we're going to do is you're going to try to split this in half. What I mean by that, cut it in half so that it looks like that. So you have two sides. Do you see that? Once you have that, press the two sides down a bit so that they look somewhat like this. And next, take your rose, position it over the area that you want to cover, and press it down to however far you want it to stick out. I want mine to be really three-dimensional, so you can see how far that's sticking out. And then those sides that I told you to poke out, that's what you're going to stick to the jar itself. So I like this part to be a bit more neater than like the rose petal part, because I think it looks nice when it's nice and even. And then you have this cute little jar that you can hold your makeup and your brushes in. I think it's just really simple and really cute, and it has a really delicate girly touch to it, especially with the diamonds, because, you know, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Not really, though. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on how to hold your brushes. Tell me what you guys think in the comments box down below, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys. Bye.